Chicago, unaccustomed of late to sports championships, nonetheless earned a title early in 1973. Hirsch won the state high school basketball championship, beating New Trier East for the Class AA championship at Champaign-Urbana. Hirsch broke the tight game open in the third quarter. They won going away.
Ready now, and it comes into Robinson and back to Brooks. Hirsch is leading 38-34. They've scored the only 4 points of this, the third period, after a deadlocked first half at 34 all. Brooks back out to Ricky Allen. Bounce pass under Joshua Smith for two more. All right, 63-51. Hirsch has got the championship won. Harvey's shot, no good. Rebound for New Trier underneath. Harvey trying to put it up and in. Long lead pass, 13 seconds. Al Bowen drives, flips it up. Look at that, he had a ladder. We almost had a pyramid up there. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. The horn, the game is over. Chicago Hirsch is the new state champion in Illinois in 1973. The score 65-51.
The Bulls finished second to Milwaukee in their NBA divisional race, then hooked up with Los Angeles in the first round of the playoffs. In the seventh and deciding game at Los Angeles, the Bulls had a 4-point lead, 80 seconds left. The Lakers' Jerry West on the free throw line.
Back in, Clifford Ray is out of the ball game. West makes number one, 92-89. 1:20 to go. In and out, he missed it, and there's no bonus. Van Leer with the ball. Jerry West has missed a couple of free throws in this quarter, and they could hurt. There's a bounce pass to Walker. The Bulls by 3 at the moment. On the high post now to Autry. Back to Walker. 5 seconds to go on the 24-second clock. Under the basket to Dennis. It's ripped out of his hands by Goodrich. Here's a quick give to McMillan. He lays it up, and it's good. 92-91 in favor of Chicago. 50 seconds to go. The Bulls need a score. Van Leer with the ball. Everybody in this place is going crazy at the Forum right now. Just absolutely maniacal. Hysteria Haven right now, the Forum. Here is a shot that's blocked by Chamberlain. Here's a long pass to Goodrich. He gets the ball. He lays it up. It's good. The Lakers lead by 1. 93-92, Los Angeles, 24 seconds to go. The give to Van Leer. Timeout, Chicago. 93-92, there are 20 seconds to go in this game. Bulls ball. Okay, we'll see what those gymnasium workouts pay off for right now as Sloan brings the ball in to Bobby Weiss. Weiss to Chet Walker. 16 seconds to go. The Bulls down by 1. The whole season going on the next few seconds now. There's a bounce pass in the corner to Weiss. Back out to Walker. Here is a long pass across court to Sloan. Into Love. Love shoots. It is no good. And it's all over. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There are 2 seconds showing on the clock. Jerry West started to leave.
But West hung around to sink 2 more free throws, and the Lakers won 95-92. This season, Dick Motta has taken over the player personnel duties as well as coaching, with Johnny Kerr now in the front office. And the Bulls, with the same cast, are again giving the Milwaukee Bucks a solid fight in their divisional race. The Blackhawks repeated as Western Division champions and then knocked off St. Louis and the New York Rangers to reach the Stanley Cup Finals against Montreal. The series went to 7 games, and we pick up the action with the Hawks, and the Canadiens tied 3-all in the deciding game.
Mahovlich feeds beyond the reach of Brother Frank. Kept in, however, by Guy Lapointe in the corner to Yvan Cournoyer. Cournoyer back to the point. Guy Lapointe there. The drive. The stop is made. It's free. A score for Montreal as Frank Mahovlich puts it in. 4-3 Canadian. That tripping penalty to Roberts. Here's Pitt Martin. The shot. Score! Hat trick! On the replay, you see Dryden out to cut the angle. And Martin blasts one past him on the far side. That one just got in. Right at where the crossbar and the upright meet. Another angle of it. Once again, Angotti has brought J.P. Bordelot and Jerry Korab on with him, as from time to time during the course of this game, Billy Ray and Scotty Bowman both have seen fit to utilize 4 lines. Lemaire steals the puck. Whizzes one by, comes out in front, and a score as Cournoyer picks it up and beats Esposito on a backhander. 5-4 Montreal. They are still in trouble as Lemaire gets it, drops it off to Savard. His shot takes off over the net. And here's Cournoyer sending the puck to the goal mouth. It's put in by Tardif. Montreal scores on the power play. They take a 6-4 lead as the Stanley Cup is being brought out onto the ice. And for the second time in 3 years, the Blackhawks must endure the heartbreak of seeing the visiting team skate on stadium ice with the Stanley Cup.
Before the season, the Blackhawks lost several regulars through trades and defections to the WHA. Several youngsters have joined the veterans this season as the Hawks find themselves locked in a struggle with Philadelphia Flyers for the Western Division title. The Cougars are well out of it in the World Hockey Association first campaign, but the current season is a new story. A number of new faces, not the least of which belongs to a player, coach, and former Blackhawk defenseman, Pat Stapleton. They've turned things around for the Cougars. The new-look Cougars will have a new stadium in a couple of years if Rosemont's city government ever breaks ground for the proposed arena next year near O'Hare. While the Cougars await a new home, their new look is making new inroads in the win column. Winning was a sometime thing for the Cubs and the White Sox during the baseball season, and we'll have that story in a moment. The Cubs again failed to fulfill the promise first exhibited in the unhappy 1969 collapse, and their 1973 performance brought action from the top. The Cubs went to the front early last season, and the heat of the divisional race came to a boiling point at San Francisco with Milt Pappas pitching to the Giants' Jim Barr.
And there the batter is hit by the pitch. And Barr throws his bat in the general direction of the mound. Look out, the Giants are coming out again. The Cubs better get out there to cover them. And Randy Hundley is being restrained by a couple of the Giants players. And the Cubs are making sure they don't make incursions out toward the mound area as Pappas has had himself an afternoon and a half in less than 4 innings of work. Look out, fight breaking up. Pete Reeves is getting involved here. And a big battle breaking out just below us as the fellas are pairing off. They are trying to part some of the combatants, and others are really swinging away as fists are flying between the Giants and the Cubs. This has been brewing all through, not only this series, but when the Cubs and Giants were involved together back in Chicago in that 3-game series where the Giants won 3 in a row, and the Cubs were very unhappy indeed as the way it was being rubbed in.
May 3rd, Don Kessinger put the Cubs into first place at Los Angeles.
That's a base hit. That drops in and left. 1 run is in. Here comes Cardinal racing for the plate. He's going to try to beat the throw by Mota, and he's in. The Cubs have a 2-run lead in this ball game.
The Cubs had an 8-game lead June 29th on Jose Cardinal's hit against the Mets.
There's the fly ball. That'll do it. Goodbye, everybody. This ball game is all over. Jose sends one way out there between Theodore and Hahn. Billy Williams scores.
The Cubs lost the lead July 22nd on a hit by the Giants' Gary Thomason.
There's a ground ball past the pulled-in infield. At least one in. Matthews is in. Spire is in. The Giants have taken a 2-run lead in the 13th inning.
A Hank Aaron milestone gave the Cubs an 11-game losing streak August 16th.
Aaron, look out. Deep, deep. Gone. Hank Aaron has just connected out of the ballpark a 3-run home run, the 702nd home run of his illustrious Major League career.
That loss dropped the Cubs 5.5 games back, and the closest they could come to the lead was 2 games. Although they were still in the race going into the final weekend of the season, when it ended, the front office went into action. Gone are Ferguson Jenkins, Ron Sato, Glenn Beckert, Randy Hundley, and Bob Locker. In their place, infielders Vic Harris, Bill Madlock, pitcher Steve Stone, Ken Freeling, Jim Krimmel, Horacio Pena, Catchers, George Mitterwald, Steve Swisher, and outfielder Jerry Morales. Manager Whitey Lockman returns with a new coaching staff dedicated to youth and speed. The White Sox, once dedicated to youth and speed, now find themselves with a power-laden lineup thanks to the acquisition of Ron Santo. The 1973 season saw manager Chuck Tanner spend almost as much time making hospital visits to see his players as he spent at White Sox Park. The White Sox broke on top as the season opened with Dick Allen belting a home run off Dick Bosman at Texas and a 3-1 win over the Rangers in their rain-delayed opener. It was the first of only 16 homers by Allen, who had hit 37 in 1972 and had been rewarded with a $675,000 three-year contract. Wilbur Wood fanned Jeff Burroughs for the final out. It was the first of his 24 wins against 20 losses after earlier looking like a cinch to win 30 games in 1973. The season's turning point came on May 25th when Ken Henderson slid in a home plate against the Cleveland Indians at Sox Park, tearing the ligaments in his right knee. Henderson returned to the lineup during two later stretches and both times was re-injured. June 28th, Dick Allen broke a bone in his leg during a game with the Angels at Anaheim and had only 4 at-bats after that. Assorted other injuries benched other players off and on, with the Sox losing the lead in mid-June. Pitcher Stan Bonson won 18 games but had his biggest disappointment August 21st at Cleveland.
Walt Williams, formerly of the White Sox, the only man who could ruin it. 2 out in the 9th with a no-hitter. The pitch. Ground ball. Base hit. Just to the left of Mount. Holy cow. How close can you come? Look at Bonson, both hands on his hips. Oh, he won a dive. What a shame. Just to the left of Mount.
Bonson and Wood know they'll get more hitting support in 1974, and the team is just hoping to avoid the injury jinx that spoiled the past season. Injuries hurt the Bears, too. So did the opposition. That story next. Almost everything that could happen to the Bears in 1973 happened. The results, a 3-11 record after high hopes brought about by a couple of trades and a solid draft. Quarterback Bobby Douglas continued his love-hate affair with the fans. Unable to shake his inconsistency, Douglas finally became an injury victim against the Lions in the 10th game, straining knee ligaments and missing most of the final 4 games. Running back Carl Garrett was to provide the third option in the Bears' option attack, but early season fumbles and later injuries held him to 655 yards on 175 carries. The fans had been yelling for Gary Huff, and they got him. When Douglas was injured, Huff experienced the usual rookie woes for a quarterback. Huff threw 5 interceptions after coming in for Douglas in the Detroit game, but overall exhibited enough poise and passing ability during the year to give the fans and the coaching staff thoughts about a possible new starter at quarterback next season. Dick Butkus gave way to the pain in his banged-up knees. Playing on sheer guts, he was finally forced out of action late in the season, and his future is in doubt. An injury to Jimmy Gunn, who had replaced the retired Ross Brubacher, did nothing to help the already injury-riddled linebacking core, and the defense suffered. Rookie Wally Chambers, the Bears' top draft choice, was outstanding in the early games. Chambers was double-teamed in the later games, and the rest of the defensive line, even with the addition of Mel Tom, was unable to stage a consistent pass rush. The season ended with a 21-0 loss to the Packers before a crowd of 29,000 at Soldier Field, but only a handful remained to the bitter end. If Abe Gibran returns as coach next season, he'll need a beefed-up roster after the Bears' collapse in his second year at the helm. Illinois and Northwestern tied for 4th in the Big Ten. St. Lawrence beat Phillips in the Mayor's Prep Bowl. At year end, football fans were told that the Chicago Fire had returned after an absence of 102 years. This time, it's a team in the new World Football League and will play at Soldier Field on weeknights. Jerry Peterson will roll our way with a look at some of the major weather stories of the year. A reflection of 73 continues.